So for this video, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to use Google Docs and how we're going to go ahead and actually share the link with other users, in particular in this case with students. So what you want to do first is create a Google account, which I already have. So once you've created an account and created a password, you want to go ahead and sign in by clicking on the blue button here. It says sign in. I have multiple accounts with Google for different reasons, so the one that I'm going to use for this tutorial is going to be this last one here. So it already recognizes my password, and that's because I previously, when I logged in, I asked it to remember my password. In your case, since it's the first time setting up an account, it won't remember your password. By default, it'll ask you for your password. You'll just go ahead and type it in, and then it'll give you the option to remember. I strongly suggest to click on the remember password because it's just easier when you don't have to log in all the time. So let me go ahead and click on sign in. This now brings you to the general Google Doc homepage. So within Google, there are many different apps that could be utilized. We are particularly going to be mostly using Google Docs, which is part of Google Drive, as well as using YouTube, Google Plus, and also Google Gmail. So the way to find out what apps are available through Google, you see here my name. You have Gmail, so that's a quick link to get to Gmail, and then images. But if you click on this Google Apps icon here, it will list all the apps that Google has to offer. And if you click more, it'll go ahead and show you more. So as you can see, there is no Google Docs. And again, that's because it is part of Google Drive. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Google Drive. So you're probably really asking, what is Google Drive? Well, Google Drive is a place where you can store electronic files. And so here you could store it to the cloud, you could share files with others, you could edit documents, either synchronous or asynchronous environment. You could edit spreadsheets and presentations, and then in general, Google Drive again houses Google Docs, which is a tool that could be used to edit documents and then could also be used to collaborate with other people. So I already have a folder here. I strongly encourage you to create folders so that you keep your environment organized. But I'm going to go ahead and create a folder by going onto the new button and clicking folder. And I'm going to go ahead and give the folder a name. And then I'm going to click create. So I already have my folder already created. Now what I want to do is I want to upload a document. So I'm going to go to File, Upload. I'm going to navigate to my document that I want to go ahead and either share with people or edit with, in a synchronous or asynchronous environment with other people. And in this case, I'm going to click on this Word document here. Click Choose. So you see that it's outside of its folder. I'll go ahead and demonstrate later how to put this in this folder. It's very easy. But right now, what I really want to concentrate on is the icon. As you can see here, it's a W icon, which stands for Word. So this is telling you that it's not a Google document, meaning you're not able to edit it and work synchronously or asynchronously with other people. So I'm going to double click on the document. If you see here, I'm typing on my keyboard, and it doesn't allow me to do anything. I'm highlighting and there's nothing that I could do. So what you could do is close this here, and then what I do, instead of having to actually click onto the image, because it's just an extra step, I right click and I say open with Google Docs. So now the document that was originally a Word document is now being transformed into a Google document. So if I click into this table here, it's allowing me to edit it. So this is very similar to a Word document. Google does that so that you feel comfortable and you're able to understand how to navigate and work within Google Docs. So if I wanted to highlight here, I would just go to the A and then click on the highlight button and then pick the color that I want to highlight, that I want to use to highlight. So there's that there. So say, for example, if I want to bring this to an attention to a student, but also want to provide comments, I would come to the comment spots here, click on comments, and then add my comments. So say I'm going to make a comment of and then I will go ahead and comment this. So obviously I've made a comment, but no one has seen this comment yet. No one is aware of this comment. So what I would then do is I want to share this with whoever I'm working with. So you could send it to multiple people or one person, and the way to do that is if you click on the blue button that says share, it will then prompt you, and then you want to go ahead and click on advanced, just because you have more options. You would go ahead and send them this link here, which is sharing this Google document with them. But before you do that, if you look at the settings, it's saying that it's private. Well, you want to go ahead and change that. So click on the change. So you would either say public on the web, which is access to everybody, or people who only have the specific link that you'll send them. So I recommend sending the link. Then it's going to ask, well, what do you want them to do? How much control do you want them to have? They can only view it. In this case, we want them to edit. So edit allows them to view it as well as comment. Comment obviously just allows them to leave a comment. So in this case, we want to go ahead and click edit and then click save. So now you could either send them this link directly as an email, or if you want to send them an email, an invite, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to my personal email, which is marissah@hotmail.com, and then I'm going to send. And then click done. So regardless if I continue to work on this document, whenever the other person who receives the link or that email notification letting them know that they've been invited to this Google Doc will be updated with the most current changes within Google Docs. So if I want to add another comment, I can. And just edit the document as I would normally. Another great tool about Google Docs is you could actually download this as a Word document or as a plain text or PDF. So that's always helpful as well, especially if you get a document that's very, very long or an essay that starts to get very long. Scrolling down can be very tedious. So that is a nice feature that allows you to do. So again, Google Docs works very similarly to Word document, and that is so that you feel comfortable in knowing how to navigate and utilize this program. So let me go ahead and log into my email so that you could get an idea of what it looks like from the other perspective of the IT. So I'm just logging in now. Oops, I think see if this works. Oh, that's why. Okay, third time's a charm. So it's probably in my junk mail. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my junk mail. And here you'll see, here's the invite for Marissa, because I was using my account. So it's telling me week 1 assignment paragraph dot. And it's in Spanish for some reason. So it's telling me if I want to open this document. Actually, I have to, since it is in my junk box, I had to get into my inbox, but it looks like it's opening now. Or it's trying to. Could be why. Let's try that again since it's taking a long time. It's just thinking.